major in underwater firefighting or gender studies and then rack up all of these student loans and then whine like a little bitch because you can't find a job and you can't pay your student loans. That's what y'all all need to do. Bad humor. Bad. Sorry about that. I'm sorry. I just had a pragmatic moment. I shouldn't do that with y'all, should I? I should, blow sunshine, right?
I find it kind of funny.
Some of y'all didn't even catch it. Some of y'all have no idea what I'm talking about, and that's scary. Some of y'all don't have any idea what I'm talking about. That's scary.
It is.
All right,
funny.
how many? We got 17. No dogs in class, Siler. 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 13 on video. So that means we got about 4 or 5 people not on video. Thank you very much. We have to take the class time to do this again. I hope not. All right. So y'all see what's over here now. So I was outside working on a backhoe, so my hands are dirty. I'm sorry. Last day of class is Monday the 26th. Exams, Wednesday the 28th through the 30th. I have decided that instead of having 2 tests, we are going to have a final test. And that final test will cover 5.1 through 5.5 and 6.2 through 6.4. And if I have a little bit of extra time, I might cover 6.5. Now, I might set this up as 2 separate tests. That way it'll kind of help your grade because you're taking 2 tests. It'll help you grade a little bit. But I will give it to you whether I do 1 test or 2 tests. It'll open on the 26th, the last day of class, and it'll go to the 30th. Same thing with your final exam. Your final exam will cover 1, 2, 3, chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter 5, 6.2 through 6.4 or 6.5, whatever we get to. And it will open on the 26th and close on the 30th. You get 2 attempts on the final exam, takes the higher of the 2, and you have 2 hours to take it. I usually set the questions up for about an hour and 10 minutes. So you have plenty of time to take the exam. If you want to study for the exam, you go to the grade book and review your unit test. Okay, anybody got a question on that? I'm keeping it simple. I'm not going to try to go back to chapter 4. Chapter 4 is not necessary for you to pass Calc 2, so that's why I haven't covered it. And I would much rather, hold on, I don't know who that is. I would much rather spend that time on this chapter 6 material than to spend it on something that's not going to help you with Calc 2. Capiche?
Quick question.
Uh-huh.
Will we still go over the test for 5.1 through 5.5 and 6.2 through 6.4?
Yeah, probably on the 26th.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yeah. If not the 25th and 26th. I'm just trying to get y'all to see what's going on. And because I know some of y'all are starting to do the spaz attack, okay? Some of y'all are already starting. And we still got 2 weeks. And yet some of y'all are already, when's this due? When's this due? When are we going to do this? When are we going to do this? When are we going to do this? So I just gave it to you. So that'll shut y'all up for whoever's going to ask all that. Okay?
Another quick question.
Yes.
Will we have the bonus questions on those tests? Or
No, the bonus question is not on the final exam.
Not for the final exam, but for the next test.
Did I put it on the last test?
No, sir.
No. I only put those on the opening for the calculus. So okay. I make y'all work for the last 3 tests or for the final exam in the last 2. And I do that for the review test and maybe the chapter 1 test. I can't know for the review test I do, but I make y'all work because I don't want to set y'all up for the slaughter. So I'm trying to do what I can to keep some of y'all from getting slaughtered or lobotomized. Does that make sense? So the more math exposure, the more calculus exposure I give you, the better. So that means give you as much exposure on the test as possible. All right, first question of the day for y'all to run away from. F of x, find the area between or bordered by y is equal to 6x, y is equal to 6/7 x, and y is equal to negative x squared plus 55. And somebody tell me what's the first thing we do?
Graph it.
Graph it.
Yay! Graph it. Graph it. So go ahead and graph it. Whether you do it on your graphing calculator or you do it on page, you should be able to do it on your, just sketch it. I mean, you know it's a parabola. It's concave down. And you know that 6x is a 45-degree angle. It's going to be steeper than a 45-degree angle because of the 6. And the 6/7 x, that's going to be a more shallow line because it's a fraction. So that's pretty simple. I'm going to show you how simple it is. You know that this has a y-intercept of 55, 5, 10, or 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. And you know this one is a 45 sharper than a 45. And you know this one is shallower than a 45. So it looks like to me that this is the region that you're going to find the area of. Y'all are just learning so much in here, you know? Now, the only problem with this is you've got a break. You got 0 to this number, and then to this number. So you're going to have 2 antiderivatives. All right, get started. I want you to find this point and find this point, and then you're ready to set up your 2 antiderivatives. This is 6x, this is 6/7 x, and this is negative x squared plus 55. Okay, I got a question. Was Black Widow better than Wonder Woman 84 or whatever?
That's a great question.
Well, I think it's kind of a leading question because Wonder Woman 85 or whatever, it sucked. It
sucked, man, but Black Widow, like, they're just changing too much from the comics. Like, Taskmaster's not like a 20-year-old girl.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Black Widow or the goofy bow and arrow guy. I'm not a fan of his either because a bullet between the eyes and they're both dead. They're not real Avengers. They're like souped up soldiers.
I mean,
So I'm
not
not a
even
big fan of
they're not.
either one.
They're
What?
not even like. They're not even like souped up soldiers like Steve Rogers or anything like that. They're just people.
Yeah. And like Falcon Boy, they want Falcon Boy to be Captain America. What the
Yeah.
hell?
Yep.
I mean, a bullet between the eyes and he's dead.
Yeah, I agree with you.
They should have gave Bucky that, but Bucky, he's too rebellious. He don't. At least he's got that serum in him. Falcon
Yeah.
guy, he ain't got no serum.
Yeah. I think if you look away from like it tying into any of the other movies at all, it wasn't a terrible movie. Super unrealistic because she's just a person and they can't do all this kind of stuff that she's doing.
No, she can't. No.
Like not even half of it. But other than that,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. There's some Avengers that are not Avengers. There's 3 of them that are not Avengers. There's 3 of them, okay? They're not Avengers. I'm sorry.
I agree with you.
I kind of like the Red Witch though. She's kind of my favorite.
Scarlet Witch.
Yeah.
I mean, at least she's got powers or whatever.
Oh yeah, she's got powers. Dang, I'll tell you what, I like her. Wonder Woman sucked. All right, so here we go. No, Wonder Woman doesn't suck, but Wonder Woman 84 or whatever it was, it sucked. All right, here we go. So 6x is equal to negative x squared plus 55. X squared plus 6x minus 55 is equal to 0. Use your handy dandy reverse FOIL method. 5, 11. Let's see, we got to have a positive 11, and this means unlike. So we've got a positive 5 or a negative 11, and negative 11 doesn't work. So 5 is right here. And now we're going to take 6/7 x, negative x squared plus 55. And I'm going to multiply both sides by 7. And that's going to give me 6x is equal to negative 7x squared plus 385. Somebody check me, please. $7x squared plus 6x minus 385. And 1x and 7x. 385. We're talking $7 and 55. And that's got to be a positive 49 or a positive 55 and a negative 49. And that's going to be x minus 7 is equal to 0. And 7x plus 55 is equal to 0. Well, that's not going to work because that gives you a fraction. And it's going to be negative. So 7. And there are your 2 numbers, 0, 5, and 7. Now I want everybody to set up your antiderivatives. Set up your antiderivatives. So you got to find the integration from 0 to 5. And then you got to find the integration from 5 to 7.
Hubert, I have a quick question.
Uh-huh.
So I understand that you found the 0 based on looking at the graph, but would you be able to find it like by solving the equations like we just did? Does that make sense?
Say the question one more time.
So I understand how you found the 5 and 7 as your x, but would you mind explaining again how you found your 0?
0, well, that's where it starts, right here. In other
Okay, so you
words,
just
that's why you got to graph it. See, plug in 0 for y. That's your x-intercept. 0 is equal to 6x. Divide by 6. 0 is equal to 6 sevenths x. Divide by 6 sevenths, you get 0. 0 is equal to, now here, you don't get, but 0 is x, let's see, yeah. 0, plug in 0 for x, that's your y-intercept. So for your y-intercept, you plug in 0 for x, and that's your y-intercept. So all three, x is going to be equal to 0.
okay.
And you get that also when you use your graphing calculator. So either way, your graphing calculator or finding your x and y intercepts, you're going to get that 0.
Okay, that makes sense. Thank you.
Okay.
Priority 1
So
message
here we
coming
go.
from unsecured channel.
Hold on a second. Okay, so here we go. So to find this area, I'll take my highlighter. I'm going to use a yellow highlighter. That's going to be this area. Okay, I'm going to find that area first. And that's going to be from 0 to 5. And I'm going to color this yellow so you'll know what that is. 0 to 5 of, somebody tell me what's the dominant curve
6x.
Of the yellow region, 6x. So that means the less than dominant is 6 sevenths. So that's going to be 6x minus 6 over 7x dx. That's going to be pretty simple because all you got to do is plug in a 5 after you condense this because you got to get a common denominator. And that's going to be orange because the pink kind of made that orange. So there we go. Hold on just a second. Go ahead and finish working on the problem. Okay, so now I'm going to do this color, and I don't know what the green is going to do to the pink, but we're going to I don't know what color that is. Green and pink. I guess we'll just say green. Looks more like a purple. But, and that's going to be plus the antiderivative from 5 to 7. And I'm going to color that green, and hopefully y'all will understand that I'm not going to color it purple. That's just too dark. That's the green area. And what's my dominant curve? What's the dominant of the green area? That means I want somebody to communicate.
It's the negative x squared plus 55.
Negative x squared plus 55.
How do
and
you
that
determine that?
leaves the non-dominant, which is 6/7 x.
How do you determine exactly what's dominant and what's non-dominant?
Well, remember, I showed you on that video, that's the one y'all should have watched. When you plug in 6, what do you get with 6 times 6/7? You get 36/7. What do you get when you plug 7 into this? You get a higher number. Higher number, that's the more dominant.
Okay.
Remember me telling y'all that in the video?
Yes.
That 1 and 2 of y'all watched? Okay, finish it out, and we'll finish it out in just a second. I'm going to do something right quick. Okay, so here it is. There is the integration. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do it step by step because I know that some of y'all suck at this because you got a what in there?
Fraction.
What do you got in there that y'all suck at? Fraction.
A fraction.
0 to 5 of 6x, 6 over 1 x minus 6 over 7x dx. Got to get a common denominator. So 0 to 5, 7x, 7x. 1 will go into 7. 7 times 6 is 42. And 42 minus 6 is what?
36.
36/7 x dx. And that's your first part. Plus, plus, plus. And all of this, you can go ahead and distribute that negative. And that's going to be from 5 to 7. Negative x second plus 55 minus 6/7 x dx. So there's nothing really you can do here. So 5 to 7, negative x squared plus 55 minus 6/7 x dx. Here is the setup. And hopefully you've noticed that your homework sometimes asks for the setup, yes or no. Sometimes it just wants the setup. Some of your calc teachers in Calc 2, the first test, a lot of times they just want the setup. Why? Because one, you can't do the setup in a calculator with a calculator, and two, they don't want to have you do all the math. Now we're doing the math in here because this is Calc 1, and I'm trying to show you how to do it. But in Calc 2, they're really not interested. They know you can punch it in a calculator and get the math done, so that's why they're not worried about it. So here we go. Antiderivative from 0 to 5 of 36 over 7x dx. Be careful. 5 to 7, negative x squared minus 6/7 x plus 55 dx. I just changed that 55 and that. Now I'm going to take the derivative, the antiderivative, and that's going to be 36 x squared over 7 divided by 2 over 1, evaluated at 0 and 5, plus negative x third over 3 minus 6/7 x squared over 2 over 1 plus 55x evaluated at 5 and 7. Now I'm going to clean it up. When you divide by 2 over 1, you multiply by 1 over 2. And that's going to give you 36 over 14 x squared, and you can reduce it. I'm not interested in reducing right now. I'm going through and cleaning it up. We can reduce it in just a second. And this is going to be plus, I'm going to put this in brackets, negative 1/3 x cubed times 1/2. That'll be, take that 3, that's be 3/7 minus 3/7 x squared plus 55x evaluated at 5 and 7. I need somebody to check my algebra to make sure that I did all that correct. And now you got your first part and then your second part. This right here, what does 0 do to this?
Cancels everything out.
It cancels it, so I'm going to take my handy dandy red pen. And I'm just going to cancel that 0 out. That's going to leave you with 6/7 5 squared. Plus negative 1/3 parentheses cubed minus 3/7 parentheses squared plus 55 parentheses minus negative 1/3 cubed minus 3/7 squared plus 55 times parentheses. And we're going to put a 5 right there. And a 7 right there. And now you got to do a lot of math. I'm going to try it. I'm not going to say I'm going to get the right answer, but we're going to check it with the calculator. So we'll eventually get the right answer. We got the setup. So we got the setup and we got the calculator. So we'll get the right answer. So go to the next page. And this is going to be 6 times 25 over 7. 6 quarters is $1.50, isn't it? So that's your first area. Plus, well, negative 7 to the third over 3. Minus 3 times, well, the 7 will cancel with one of those 7s. Well, heck, 7 squared is 49. 49 times 3, I'm just going to write it out. We'll simplify in just a minute. 3 times 49 over 7 plus 385 again. Y'all check me. Minus 5 times 5, 25, 125 over 3. Minus 3 times 25 is 75 over 7. Plus 385 again. No, that's 5 times 55 is what? 75? I need somebody to check my math for me. Anybody disagree with what I just wrote down?
I mean, it looks good to me. That's what I did.
Okay. Well, let's finish it up. Well, 7 to the third is going to be 7 times 7, which is 49. I'll say 343, but somebody check my math. Yes or no? 7 to the third power.
Yes, sir. That's correct.
Minus, that 7 will cancel one of these 7s to a 7. I got 21. Plus 385 over 1. Minus negative 125 over 3. Minus 75 over 7. Plus 75 over 1. Common denominator is 21. So 21 here. 21, 21, 21. I'm going to need some calculator help here. Just a second. Minus 21, 21, 21. Three, we're going to 21 7 times. 7 times 343. That's a 1. That's a 0.
2,400.
Well, 2 what?
2,401.
2,401.
Yes, sir.
And 21 times 21 is 400 and what? What's 21 times 21?
441.
441.
Yes, sir.
And 21 times 385?
8,085.
3 will go into 21. 7 times, what is that, 850? No. 8 what?
875.
7 will go in there. 3 times 75 is 215, or what is it?
225.
How much?
225.
And 21 times 75 is what?
1,000.
What?
1491.
Wait, what was the thing again?
21 times 75?
That's
Oh wait, I'm wrong.
1,575.
I'm sorry, it's what?
1,575.
And
punched
what
in
is
the wrong
3
numbers.
times 150? That's 450, isn't it?
Yes.
So we've got 450 over 21 plus, well, somebody's going to have to do negative 2401 minus 441 plus 8025. What do you get? It's going to be a positive.
Should be 5,243.
Over here, minus parentheses, somebody take negative 875 minus 225 plus 1575. Tell me what you get.
475.
475. And that's a positive. So somebody take 5243 and subtract 475. What do you get?
4,768.
4,700 and what?
68.
And add 450 to that?
5,218.
And divide that by 21.
248.47.
And I have no idea whether that's right or not. We're going to find out.
They might want 48. I'm not sure.
I don't know if we even got it in the ballpark.
I'm sure somewhere around there.
So let's see. Let's take our handy dandy calculators and let's type in the setup. So first of all, I'm going to find my setup. There it is. And I'm going to type in, let me clear all this. I'm going to do math, antiderivative from 0 to 5 of 6x minus parentheses 6 divided by 7 x dx. Everybody with me? So we got like 450. What's 450 divided by 21?
It'd be 21.42 or 43.
They got 64.29.
You
So
said
we must have something wrong there. What?
wait. You said 450 divided by 21.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's 21.42.
Yeah, I don't know how we got that wrong, but y'all check it and see. But that's what they got. 6x, that'd be 42 sevenths, wouldn't it? 42 times 7. 42 times 7 is 6, or 42 divided by 7 is 6.
I think I remember.
What?
If I remember the sheets that you wrote on correctly, from the first equation, the 0 to 5, you put 6 times 25 over 7 when I think it should have been 36 over.
It probably was. Let me see if I can find it. Right here.
Yes.
Well, 5 squared is 25. Oh, but see, I right here, I went from 36. That should be 6, 7, 6. Oh, shoot. There's my problem. 2 times 6 is not 36, dork. That should be 18. That's my mistake. Nobody said anything. Thanks a lot, class. All right. Anyway, that's why you check it with the calculator.
And Hubert, another thing.
Yeah.
At the top equation there, that's on the sheet, that's on the screen right now. No, the one below that. On the last set of parentheses where it's 125 over 3 minus 75 over 7 plus 75, that 75 is supposed to be a 275.
Where? Right here?
No, the last one.
This one?
Yeah. That's supposed to be 275.
275 right here.
I believe so.
No, I didn't change anything.
No, but like from the last sheet onto this sheet.
Okay. I'm going to take your word for it because, let's see. Oh, 55 times 5.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I said 385. And you said it's what?
There's a 385, and that's the 55 times 7. And then where you have 75 was 55 times 5, which is 275.
So I should have put a 275 right here.
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. I just did 55 in my head. I don't know why I did that. Okay, so y'all see my 2 errors. Very easy to do with all this math. So anyway, and it would help if I had a little bit of cooperation from the class, and I appreciate y'all too for finding my errors. But since nobody communicates out of this class until after the fact, which I appreciate it, I make errors and nobody says anything. So anyway, let's put in the second part. So math, antiderivative from 5 to 7. And this is going to be negative x squared plus 55x, or plus minus 6/7 x, minus 6 divided by 7x plus 55 dx, and add 64.2857 91.3. Write that down, 91.3. So we'll just go right here. And the answer is 91.3, repeating or close to repeating. And that's why a lot of times your Calc 2 teacher will just say, give me the setup. Because most of the time, if you do all that math by hand, you're going to slip up somewhere. Sometimes I slip up, sometimes I don't. But I'll be the first one to tell you that sometime you're going to slip up. Unless you're one of those people that walk on water. And I've never met one of those people, so I don't know. But you may be one of them. Or think you're one of them. All right. Here's you a trial problem. y is equal to 5x. Y is equal to 1/3 x. And y is equal to negative x squared plus 84. I want you to set it up and punch it in the calculator. Everybody got it? Set it up by hand. And 2, plug and chug in the calculator. Get the area. Go to it. What's 84? 7 times 12. I think it's 7 times 12, isn't it?
Yes.
That would be a plus 12 and a minus 7. So 7 and negative 12. So that one is 7. Three times 84 is 252. Somebody check me, please.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. So 3x squared plus x minus 252 is equal to 0. 9 and 26. And we know it's going to be 9, even though you get a, let's see, 27 is positive, and that means this is negative. So we're going to get a -9 and a fraction, and the fraction is not going to work. So it's going to be a +9. So there is your two numbers. And you're going to get be 26 over 3. What's 26 over 3?
Eight
8.6.
I'm sorry, what?
8.6.
Yeah, it's not going to be right here on top of 7. It's not going to, so that's not it. So it's going to be 9. So here's your setup. The antiderivative from 0 to 7 of 5x minus 1/3 x dx plus the antiderivative from 7 to 9 of negative or 1/3 x minus x squared plus 84. And this is going to
Huber,
be
Huber,
what?
quick question. Wouldn't it be the other way around because it's negative x squared plus 84? So wouldn't that make it negative x squared plus 84 minus 1/3 x dx?
Did I not write it down right? I'm sorry. Negative x squared plus 84. Okay, there you go. Well, you can distribute the negative. Is that what you were saying, the negative? I didn't write down the right thing.
Oh no, I meant wouldn't the order be flipped for those two?
It will after you distribute that negative.
Okay.
So let's go ahead and do
Wait.
that. Turn this into,
Wait,
let's see,
I,
that'd be, what?
I think he's asking if the negative x squared plus 84 should be in front of the 1/3 x.
Yeah, that's what I'm
And
asking.
so the negative
You're
x
right,
squared
it
plus
should
84 should be
because it's a dominant. I'm sorry, I was looking at it backwards. Sorry. So 0 to 7, 5x minus 1/3 x dx plus 7 to 9 negative x squared plus 84 minus 1/3 x. There you go. Does that feel better? All right. And then that's going to be 15/3. 15 minus 1 is 14. So 0 to 7 of 14/3 x. Y'all check my calculus or my algebra. It should be 14/3 plus 7 to 9 negative x squared minus 1/3 x plus 84 dx. And there's your setup. So we're going to punch that in the calculator. So clear, math, antiderivative from 0 to 7. 14/3 x I always put my fractions in parentheses. Dx. I got 114.33. And then the next one, math, antiderivative from 7 to 9. Of negative x squared minus 1/3 x plus 84. And dx. 34. And add those together. Plus 114.33. I got 148.33. What'd y'all get?
Yes,
That's
sir.
what I got.
148.3.
And those are two good test questions that I would give you. I mean, I wouldn't give you both of them. I'll give you one of them because of time. But those are two good test questions. Okay, now you should be able to finish 6.2 homework because that was like one of the last few on your homework. Hold on. That was like 6.2, number 63/17. So y'all should be able to work on your homework now for 6.2. If I don't get any questions tomorrow, then we will be able to go into new material, which means washers and disc. And you're going to need that in Calc 2 next semester. All right, let me look at the handy dandy attendance tracker and turn this off and turn this off.